Hi, my name is Michael Kamas. I'm the Director of Technology with KeyCode Media. For those of you who are unfamiliar with KeyCode Media, especially here at NAB with this plethora of technology spanning multiple halls, it's very difficult to choose what technologies and what workflows are best for your production. And what KeyCode Media does is consult, sells, and support those technologies and help guide you to the right solution. And part of my job here at NAB is to find those new solutions. So there's a couple cool technologies we can talk about since we are at NAB, and that's what people are here for. So let's start with one of my favorite tools. Those of you who have used Adobe are probably have heard of a product called Adobe Anywhere. Adobe Anywhere has been out for 2 years now. It allows editors the ability to edit in their fuzzy slippers at home while the media resides back at home base. It also allows you to share projects, which until recently had only been available to Avid. Adobe Anywhere, Adobe is breaking out Adobe Anywhere to two different platforms, two different kinds of Adobe Anywhere. One is for streaming media, so you can sit at home in your slippers and edit. The other functionality, the shared projects, is going to be on its own. So you can actually bring in project sharing to your facility without having to invest in the technology for the streaming portions. That's going to be a lot less expensive and available to smaller or medium-sized production houses. So as an Adobe fan and as an Anywhere fan, that's just phenomenal. While we're talking about editorial, obviously we're talking about Avid. Avid has the ISIS 1000, which is a more affordable shared storage platform, much like the big brother, the ISIS 5500. The 1000 is much more affordable, about $18,000 for about 20 terabytes. So small and medium production groups, post-production shops, can actually edit as well without investing in $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 worth of hardware. Another tool which has been very cool is Sinergy X. Those of you who are at the South Hall here at NAB or South Hall lower towards the back is Sinergy X. Sinergy X has been an ISO recording device for several years. Instead of recording to individual recorders for each camera in a multi-camera environment, you can run directly to one box and have that box create your files and deposit them on your SAN or NAS to edit with, and also create proxies. Well, now they have a new functionality. They have new functionality rather called file insert editing. Those of you who have done tape editing for years have always been able to do an insert edit onto tape, so you don't have to lay off the whole show again. With file insert editing, if you were to, let's say, make a typo on a lower third in an hour-long show, traditionally you have to render that out. Now, you just have to render a few frames and then do an insert edit into that file. It supports QuickTime, MXF OP-Atom, OP1A, as well as it can also remap audio tracks, etc. So it saves you a lot of time in the edit bay without having to re-render the entire thing. Back to Avid for a second, one of the things I did forget to mention is the DNX-IO, which is the ability to get 4K video in and out via baseband. Avid currently has had the DX series, the Mojo and the Nitrous DX, and that technology doesn't handle 4K. So Avid's partnered with Blackmagic, and now we have an I/O device which can do 4K in and out, so that's a pretty cool development as well. Those of you who use Interplay, and there are quite a few out there who are, as you know, Interplay has been great for Avid, but if you're working in an Illustrator world, or you're working in a Photoshop world, or an After Effects world, you can't really use those assets as well, because Interplay just doesn't work with that. Well, there's a company here on the show floor called Marquis, and Marquis has the ability to actually use a panel inside your Creative Cloud applications to look into Interplay. So you can actually use those assets that your Avid editors are using, and actually store your assets there as well. So now we're kind of bringing the goodness of Interplay to the Creative Cloud masses. Those are some of the highlights I've seen this year. Hopefully, if you're at NAB, you've checked them out. If you haven't, I hope you check them out online. Thanks for listening. Again, I'm Michael Kamas with KeyCode Media.